Greetings. I'd like to say hi to you from Columbus, Georgia. I hope each of you are having a positive experience in your internship placement. I'm looking forward to talking with you online. Your course will be an online course this semester due to many of you traveling from out-of-town areas, some as far as Costa Rica. If you'll just look at your syllabus, you can find your syllabus on Blackboard under syllabus. We're going to look at that and just see what the semester has to hold for you. This is CTEC 4210. I am Sandra Little officially, but you all know me as Sandy. We will have all assignments due despite what your course says online. All assignments will be due Sunday by midnight, so that sort of gives you an easy timeline to use the weekend to complete all assignments. So we'll just call class time Sunday by midnight. All things are due. If you look on your syllabus, you'll see that there are several texts that are required texts. Each of these texts are books that you have used in the past. We've got Moral Classrooms, Moral Children, Creative Display and Environments, Thinking for Themselves, Developing Strategies for Reflective Learning, and those books will be helpful for you as you complete the assignments for this course. There are several different types of assignments. Each week you'll have a blog that will be due. In the blog, it's found on Blackboard on the discussions link. Each week I'll have a different discussion posted for you to blog about. I'd like you to write a response to the prompt and then to reflect on or respond to two of your peers' discussions that they post. So your charge is then to post a response to my question and then respond to two of your peers and give them your feedback about what you think about what they wrote. So that's a way for us to sort of be interactive despite the fact that we're all placed in different places all over the state or in the city respectively. Now each week your blog will lead up to an assignment that will be one of 4 portfolio entries. If you look towards the end of your syllabus, you'll see the course requirements include 30% for your reflections each week, which are your blogs or discussion responses, and then portfolio question 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first one being 10% to give you an opportunity to sort of get a feel for what my expectation is, and then each following portfolio question counts 20%, and that will be your final grade. The portfolio prompts are within your syllabus. They do relate to the discussions. So if you do the discussions each week, you should know exactly the components that I would expect you to include within each portfolio entry. So that should be fairly easy to understand what exactly I'm talking about in relation to each of the topics. The course content, the first week, you're gonna by the 19th of August you should have entered in your introduction to who you are and where you're placed and what you're excited about being in your final semester at Auburn. I know that brings a lot of joy and some sadness in some cases, but enjoy your last semester as a student in the undergraduate program at Auburn, and try to focus on class and save Saturday for football, but be present in your classroom each day. It's very important. The children are counting on you to do that. So week 1, you're going to do by the 22nd a response to the Code of Ethics. I don't know if you're really familiar with the Code of Ethics, but if you go to naeyc.org, you can find the Early Childhood Code of Ethics that will discuss in depth what you're expected to do as a teacher ethically, how you should conduct yourself both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. And I want to broaden your perspective about that a little bit, and so these questions are meant to sort of guide you in that way. So your prompt for the 22nd, which would be your first discussion prompt, would be related to that ethics discussion question. Then each of those sub-questions weekly would lead up to your first portfolio due date, which is due on September the 19th. So that will be portfolio question 1, and that will be posted online for you to look at, and the format as well. We'll be doing some podcasts, some movie maker files, and some PowerPoint presentations with voice audio included in them. Each of the portfolio entries are meant to serve as an interview tool for you to use as you go out and interview for jobs. You can leave it as like a calling card with a principal, so that the principal might sort of remember you better than the next person. So think about that as you plan each portfolio entry, and remember that you're going to use it to make yourself stand out from the crowd as you interview for jobs in the coming months. So you'll have portfolio question due the 19th of September, and then on October the 19th you have interview day. For interview day, you want to have your resume ready, and you want to walk in professionally dressed, ready to go. And so I've set aside October 19th on your syllabus so that you'll know exactly what you're to do. Portfolio question 2 will be due shortly after that, and it will relate to your resume and thinking about interviewing for jobs, so that you'll be well prepared. Portfolio entry 3 should be due on the 14th of November, and you'll want to keep these dates in mind and pace yourself accordingly. And then your final portfolio question will be due on the 5th of December. You can find more information on each of those entries in your syllabus under portfolio entry 1. And then it's how do I address questions that arise relating to ethics involved in working with children, parents, paraprofessionals, and schools. How do I ensure that current research codes of ethics, school regulations, and my understanding of the family values and cultures of the child guide my relationships? And then that is a podcast, so you'll do that via audio podcast, which is very easily done on your desktop computer. I'll have directions for you to do that listed in the course content on Blackboard. Portfolio entry 2 is how do I plan, create, and maintain the classroom environment and curriculum necessary to meet the academic, cultural, social, moral, physical, and personal needs of children? How do I ensure that my classroom environment and curriculum value and display children's work? How do I ensure that my classroom environment and curriculum meet the academic, cultural, social, moral, physical, and personal needs of the children? How do I ensure that my classroom environment and the curriculum value and display children's work? How do I ensure that my classroom environment and curriculum facilitate children's thinking? This submission will be done via Windows Movie Maker, and each candidate will create a Movie Maker movie with photographs, subtitles, and voice audio included to document the information within the question. Then portfolio entry 3, how do I manage guidance and discipline in a constructivist classroom so that children have ownership of their problems, can devise strategies for solving these problems, and can monitor each other according to cooperatively constructed rules? And this will be done with a video. I want you to take some video footage in your classroom, talk about, you can take the segments and put them into Movie Maker, each segment, but within, as you break from segment to segment, I'd like you to actually be on video talking about what you think about the things you've observed or video taped in your classroom. This might be simply transitions from one thing to the next, or helping students solve problems, each of those types of things. You can talk to me more about that via email as well. Portfolio entry 4 will be your final submission, and the question is, how do I adapt instruction to meet the needs of children, parents, and community, and still meet the state, local, school curriculum standards? And how do I evaluate my ability to consider all perspectives as I work with children? Then you'll document this differentiated instruction technique with advanced PowerPoint. And advanced PowerPoint just means that I'd like you to include photographs, I'd like you to also include audio segments, maybe some scanned documents of children's work, but I want you to talk specifically to how you provided differentiated instruction in your own experiences in the classroom. How did you structure reading lessons to be different for high, middle, and low ability students? How was your writing instruction, how did you focus the content of your lessons to meet the needs of all the different levels of learners within your classroom? Start watching for these things as you observe your teacher in your first few weeks. The teachers, deal with these things on a daily basis, and for many of you, what may seem like a real heavy-weighted topic in these papers, as you try to talk about them, you're going to find that they're actually things that you'll see every day, small examples, and just keep yourself a journal so that you'll remember exactly what occurred during your lab experience. And you never know how something that happened on the first day might really be helpful to remember in your fourth portfolio entry that's due at the very end of the semester. So think about those things as you journal throughout the semester, and keep in mind the wonderful experiences that might at the moment seem very scary may turn out to be the very thing that helps you document any one of these particular questions. I look forward to meeting you online. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I have listed my Columbus State email as my my Columbus State office number as my primary contact by phone. All messages on my Columbus State voicemail go directly to my Columbus State email, so I'll be able to get any voice message from you in a timely fashion. I would like for you to each offer me in your introduction, or maybe not in the introduction, but send me a note in the mail on Blackboard telling me your cell phone number so that I might be able to reach you via the telephone should something go wrong. I have had in the past a couple of assignments not appear in Blackboard, and I want to give you every opportunity to submit all requirements. It would be just horrible to have a miscommunication cause you to not meet the requirements of graduation. I certainly don't want that to happen. You can always reach me via email at my littlsj@auburn.edu email address. That goes directly to my BlackBerry, so I get it in a timely manner. I am teaching full-time at Columbus State, as you all probably already know, and so sometimes I'm not able to get it back to you directly, but I will within 24 hours during the week, or 48 to 72 hours on the weekends, be able to get back in touch with you. Should you have personal emergencies of any nature that cause you to miss lab, I need to be notified of that as well. So just send me a message via email to let me know where you are and what's going on. I hope that won't be the case for anybody, but with the number of students that I'm working with this semester, it's highly likely that somebody will fall ill and not be able to report immediately to internship. But I wish you the best of luck. My internship was one of my most prized memories at Auburn. Lots of fun, good memories. You're going to learn so much. I know you think you already know so much, but that day-to-day personal contact with those students from 7 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon is going to teach you a lot about stamina. It's going to teach you a lot about good reflective teaching. Always remember to think about what happened and reason through what you did well, what the students did well, what didn't go so well, and how you might revisit that to improve instruction. Everybody has those days. We all do. Even 15, 20 years into it, you're still going to crash and burn occasionally. You just have to think through it, and it's what you think about, how you think about the experience and how you think to improve it for the next time that really makes you either a good teacher or a teacher we need to find a different place for. But I'm so proud of each of you for making it this far. It's such an accomplishment. I wish you the best of luck. Go in with a smile every day and be ready. I got some good advice in my internship, and that was put your clothes out the night before, set 2 alarms, and be prepared to run if you wake up late. So I hope you don't experience that, but if you do, it worked for me. Good advice. Take care, good luck. Contact me by phone or email if you need me. Have a great semester.